So the first step in any mutation guide is obviously making new friends. We have to tame as many creatures as we can of the target species that we want. In this case, we're going to be going after tech rexes. Best place to get tech rexes is on the moon biome, the lunar biome on Genesis 1, so that's where we are. And we're going to be taming a bunch of tech rexes. Now, I wanted to show you guys a little something about Dodo Dex. Okay, this is Dodo Dex stat calculator. And you can put in the wild tame stats of your creature before you tame it if you want. You put in health, stamina, oxygen, food, weight, melee, all of that. Make sure you have the species and the level above. And you can see when I take out my awesome spyglass that the stats are exactly the same. Now, most of the time, some people out there say that the melee does not work. But for some reason with the tech rexes, it definitely does. When I put in the stats, it shows how many points are in melee. So obviously, the higher the stats, the better. Pre-tame is cool because you'll see how many stats you have in it as pre-tame, and then you're going to get the efficiency levels as well as you tame it, right? So if you're in a 150 server, official server, you're going to get 74 levels that are going to be randomly distributed through the 7 different places. Now you also have a wasted stat, which is usually movement speed, and points will go into movement speed even though the creature does not actually have points in movement speed. It doesn't actually help. So basically what you want to do, again, is just tame a bunch of these creatures, whatever creatures that you want. In my case, again, is tech rexes. And if you want to, you can check their stats before you tame them up. And but for me personally, I usually don't even bother doing that. I will just tame a bunch of them, and that way we have more in our cupboard, so to speak. The more creatures we have, the better chances we're going to have the high stats that we're looking for, right? So just tame as many as you can. For me, I'll tame them all at the same time. I will try to find as many as I can. If I can drop them into traps, then great. If not, for me, nothing that really attacks tech rexes on the moon. So what I'll do is I'll just knock several of them out. I'll move on to another one, start searching for more, and then I will mark them within my taming hub. That way I know where they are, because I'm old and I will forget. I forget all the time. I can't tell you how many times I have found tamed dinos somewhere later on. But yeah, just make sure you mark them in your taming hub, throw some kibble on them, or you can starve tame them. It's really up to you. But yeah, that's what we're going to do. We're just going to try to get as many tech rexes as we can. We'll knock them out, we'll tame them, and we'll have lots to choose from when we're looking for stats. Again, this is completely your prerogative, how many you want to do. If you think you've found some really good stats early on, or you're really, you're being more stingy with what you tame, in other words, you're kind of looking at the pre-stats with Dodo Dex first, then for sure, you don't have to tame lots of the creatures. But for me, I like to try to get 15, 20, 25, 30 creatures, and I want to make sure that I spread them out between the two sexes as well, male and female, right? Because if I have all males, then that's not really going to help me when I'm trying to breed later on. But anyway, that's the idea. Get as many as you can. At least personally, that's my way of doing it. Get as many as you can. That way, at the end, you're going to have some decent stats because you've tamed a whole lot of new friends, and that's how you start the journey to getting mutations. This is step 1. I hope you guys will stick around for step 2, and yeah, this is making new friends.